Hi, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed this second week of Ecclesiastes. I was a little hesitant even to start this study because I knew it was so depressing if we didn't keep the right perspective of it. And that's why we talked this last weekend about the nail of keeping God at the core of everything that we do. We saw Solomon go down the pathway of pleasure and accomplishment and impulsiveness. And he tried pretty much everything that he could find that would bring some meaning to his life under the sun. In other words, without God's input. And he got down towards the end, if you remember back to the end of chapter 2, and that nail, this will hold us securely. If we keep God at the center of everything that we do, we'll find that true fulfillment, true happiness, and true enlightenment. And that's the way that we ended. I didn't have time to go into just one quick story about how all of this, keeping God at the center, really matters. It's a story that was told by E. Stanley Jones, the author of a book entitled Growing Spiritually. In it, he spoke of a fantasy man who had the miraculous power to think something and make it become a reality. And so he had the ability, if he wanted a mansion, poof, there it was, 85-room, 500-acre mansion. If he wanted cars, poof, there it was, expensive Maseratis, foreign cars, U.S. cars at his demand. He wanted servants, he had more. All he had to do was think of them. And he would travel and he would go and enjoy food and banquets and relationships and everything he wanted. All he had to do was just think it. Well, he got towards the end of his life and he realized how much he missed work and the need to create. And so he spoke to his servant. He said, I'm just so tired of not having the freedom, really, to put my heart and soul into something and the satisfaction that comes from that. I'm just so tired of this instant gratification. And he said, I'd rather be in hell than in any place here with this gift. And his attendant simply looked at him and simply said, where do you think you've been this entire time? What is hell on earth, as the phrase is often used? It's life without God. It's not keeping God at the core. That's what Solomon discovered. He had everything at his disposal. None of it tasted good. And I don't know whether or not the nail of keeping God at the core has been driven into your life, whether it's a well-driven nail, but that's what this opportunity that you have to be together right now is all about. Scotty's written up some great questions for you to dialogue about, and I want you to get to those, but really at the heart of it, for you to talk honestly and truthfully about when you kept God at the core of your life, and maybe sometimes when you lost sight of that, and how you lost true fulfillment, true happiness, because you lost true enlightenment. I'm really glad that you're together. I hope that you'll enjoy this continuing study. So dive right on in. So glad that you're championing these biblical values, this connecting together. That's what this is all about. God never intended us to do life alone. So enjoy your time, and Lord willing, I'll look forward to being back with you next week. Blessings on you.